today's practice is going to be for those who have taken a car ride, a journey, coming home feeling a little bit tight and uncomfortable. This also works well after a long day on your feet if you're feeling a little bit tight. So just choosing this practice when it feels it suits you best. We're going to start this practice in a standing position. So you can come to find your way to the top of your mat. Standing up tall. Ground down through all four corners of your feet and let the feet be about hip distance apart. So the hip bone, not the fleshy bit of the hips and thighs. Hip bones directly above the middle toe, the second toe of your feet, which are pointing forwards. Creating a little bit of space between the feet, grounding down through the four corners, the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, the inner and outer edges of your heel. Draw those 4 points of your feet towards one another, as if you're trying to bunch up the mat beneath your feet. Just that isometric movement, they don't have to actually move. Lifting the inner arches off of the feet as you ground down through those four corners. Spread the toes wide and let them softly land back on the mat. The legs are active, draw the kneecaps up towards the hips. The inner thighs rotate inwards as the outer hips reach out and back behind you. Draw your belly button in towards the spine, the lowest ribs tuck in as well. Lengthen through your front body and create space between the collarbones, staying open through the chest. Shoulders roll up towards your ears and back behind you as you release the arms at your sides. The ears stack directly over the shoulders, bringing that length all the way up your neck. Feel this active standing position as you close your eyes and just take a few breaths here. With a big breath in, reach the arms out to your sides and up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let the hands come to meet in front of your heart. Press the palms together, elbows draw away from each other. Big breath in, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. See if you can maintain the activation through the rest of your body. Stay standing tall and straight. Big breath in, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, big breath up. This time as you exhale, fold forward over your legs. A gentle bend in the knee is okay. Just releasing the upper body over the legs. Maybe you bring a deeper bend into the knees and allow the belly to rest on the thighs. Relaxing through the back of the neck, let your head fall heavy. Maybe you take hold of opposite elbows, releasing through the arms. A little gentle sway, yes, no motion with the head. And then find some stillness. Checking in on the feet. Are you leaning towards the toes or towards the heels? Can you even out the weight distribution? All four corners of the feet still rooting into the floor, the inner arches lifting up. Find a slow rhythm of breath in and out through your nose. With the next breath in, ground down to the feet. Inhale, rise up all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath here. Let it go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Find that forward fold once again. Bring enough bend into the knees that you're able to bring the fingertips onto the floor. or onto a set of blocks if you have them, a stack of books. With that deep bend in the knees, start to straighten the right leg. Keep the left knee bent. Fold forward. Rising up a little bit on the in-breath, bending the right knee, straightening the left. Fold forward on the exhale. Rise up slightly on the in-breath. Opposite bent knee, so left knee is bending this time. Rise up slightly. Bend the right knee, straighten the left. Reaching the left hip up towards the sky as you straighten the leg. Finding that alternating motion with your own rhythm of breath. Stay soft through the back of your neck. One more in each direction. Pausing in the center, big breath out as you fold forward once again. And with a big breath in, rise up all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath here. Slowly let it go. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, we're going to take a big breath in. And as you exhale, fold forward. Gentle bend in the knees. This time we're going to straighten the right leg. Left leg is bent. Reach the right fingertips up towards the sky. Stacking the arms one on top of the other, so we're not reaching back behind us. We're reaching up, fingertips to the sky, palm faces in front of you. Bring the right fingertips back to the mat. Bend the right knee, straighten the left. Lift the left fingertips high. Again, stacking those arms. Come back down through center. Left knee bends. Right leg straightens, reach the right fingertips up. Lowering down. Right knee's bent, left leg straight. On the in-breath, reach up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, opposite side. Inhale, lifting the left. Exhale, lower. Two more in each direction, following your own rhythm. Landing in your forward fold. Fingertips on the floor, maybe on your shin. Maybe you tuck your peace fingers under the big toes. Start to straighten the legs to the best of your ability and lift your tailbone high to the ceiling. Inhale, flatten your spine, lengthen forward. As you exhale, fold forward, lifting the tailbones high. Feeling a stretch at the back of your thighs here. Draw those kneecaps up towards your hips. Squeeze the thigh muscles in towards the bone as you reach your sits bones high. Bring the hands onto your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Rise up on the inhale. And exhale, hands to heart. Full cycle of breath. Walk the feet a little bit wider apart towards the edges of your mat. You can face the long edge of your mat. I'm just facing the side so that you can see me. Toes point outwards slightly. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We're going to start to bend through the knees, sitting the bum down low. So maybe this is as low as you go on the squat. Maybe you bring your hands onto your thighs for some support. Otherwise, you can start to squat down a little bit lower, lower, lower until your bum hovers slightly above the floor. You can sit your bum up onto blocks or onto a stack of pillows, even onto a low chair if that feels better. Just finding a little bit of a squat here. Remembering that you have to be able to get back up again, so don't go too low. Elbows can go to the inside of your thighs if you have space to do so. Palms together. As the palms come towards your heart, elbows draw apart, applying gentle pressure to the inner knees, creating a sense of openness through the hips and pelvis, inner thighs. See if you can work towards a tall spine, lengthening from the tailbone to the top of your head rather than coming into a cat-like back. The knees are pointing the same direction as your toes. Just a few more breaths here. So option as you rise up to bring your hands onto your thighs at any time, your hips or your thighs. Maybe you just fall over onto your bum and stand up on your own time, that works too. Otherwise, we're going to ground down through the four corners of our feet. Be mindful that the knees aren't wobbling in and out as you rise. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs towards the bones. Again, you can always bring your hands onto your thighs, or we're going to rise up, squeezing those glutes as you reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, we're going to sit back into a chair, this time with the legs a little more narrow. Keep sitting back. Keep lowering and lowering. Maybe you bring the hands onto the hips or the thighs. We're going to slowly lower down towards the mat and thump onto our bum. Coming to sit. Take a few gentle rotations in both directions. Slowly lowering down onto our back with the knees bent to begin. Walk the feet a little bit wider apart, the knees tip into touch. Release your arms at your sides, tuck your shoulders beneath you, and create a sense of openness through your chest. Just taking a few moments here to settle our low back into the mat. Slow the heart. Invite space into the body. Start to heel toe the feet towards one another. Let the soles of the feet come to touch, the knees open up like a book, creating a diamond shape with your legs. It can sometimes feel nice to place pillows or blocks beneath your knees for some support here. And let this be a bit more restorative. Feel the soles of the feet supporting one another as the thighs, the knees surrender to gravity. Settle down towards the earth slowly. With or without the help of the hands, draw the knees back towards one another. The soles of the feet on the mat. You're going to start to press down through the feet, lift the hips up, and slide a block beneath the pelvis. If you don't have a block, a rolled up towel will work good for this as well. Just bringing a little bit of height to the pelvis. You want to make sure that there's no pointy edges gouging in anywhere. That the pelvis is supported. That you're not feeling any pinching or pain in the low back. Just adjust the location of your prop until you find that comfortable position. If at any time this is not working for you, you can simply remove the block and do this with your low back on the floor. From here, we're going to start to draw the right knee in towards your chest. Interlace the fingers around the right knee. Extend the left leg long to the bottom of the mat, letting the heel land on the floor. So we're in wind relieving pose here with a little bit of lift to the pelvis. This can be a great opener for the SI joint if you have discomfort in that area. You may also be feeling a sense of openness, a stretch into the front of the left hip and down the left thigh. Lengthening through the left side of your body, and as you exhale, hug the right knee in close. Stay here in the center, where you can start to walk the left foot to the bottom left corner of the mat, keeping the pelvis square on the block or the towel. With the left foot at the bottom left corner, start to create some space with the right knee, drawing it towards the outer right shoulder. So it's as if you're showing the inseam of the right pant leg to the sky. Ground down through your left hip. Maybe you even place your left hand on the left hip and encourage it down into the prop or into the floor. The right knee is coming over towards the right and up beyond the shoulder. So not just to the side, also up towards the shoulder, top right corner of your mat. That left hip, the left foot still reaching down towards the earth. Draw the right knee back through center slowly. Left foot finds center as well. Again, you can always come off of the block if it becomes too much. Otherwise, we're going to loop our strap over the right foot. Left leg still extended long, send the right foot up towards the sky. With a gentle pressure of the strap on the ball of the right foot, you can start to draw the toes behind your head, as if they're trying to touch the floor behind you. Work towards straightening the right leg, so that may mean that your leg is much closer to the floor than mine. That's okay. Start with a straightened leg, draw the sole of the foot towards the ceiling until you start to feel tension in the back of the right thigh. The knee will automatically start to bend. That's your point of sensation. That's where you're going to pause with breath. So don't worry about a particular image or depth in this pose. Instead, just feel for that stretch in the back of the right leg. Reach the right hip crease away from your shoulders and down into your prop or into the floor. If it's too much, you can bend the left knee, bring the sole of your left foot to the floor, or you can remove your prop. The right heel's reaching towards the sky. The right hip is reaching away from the shoulders as the left hip reaches slightly towards it. Bring both straps into your left hand. Create the capital L shape with your right hand and place the right thumb into your right hip crease. Send the right hip crease away from your shoulders down into the mat as you draw the left toe, or right toes rather, towards your head. Keep that contact between the right thumb and hip. The right hip continues to reach away from the right shoulder. If your foot is at 12 o'clock right now, so imagine your body as a clock, the foot is facing 12 o'clock, start to shift it over to the left until it's about 11 o'clock, so we're just barely inching over. You may start to feel a stretch moving here into the outer right hip and glute area. The toes continue to reach now beyond the left shoulder. And then turn your toes ever so slightly to the left now as if they're pointing to 10 o'clock. Left leg remains straight on the floor, reaching away from your head. Right hip is reaching down into your prop, away from the right shoulder. And if you notice the right hip is lifting up off the block, it could be a sign that you've moved your right foot a little too far to the left. We're not coming into a twist here. Just a few more breaths in this position. And then slowly come back through center. One more big breath here in the center. Slowly release your strap. Bend your right knee, let the sole of the right foot find the floor. Bend the left leg, let it join the right. You can reposition your block if you need, if it started to shift. Draw the knees in towards you for a hug. Gentle, slight rounding of the low back as it's supported here on the block. And now knees hug in towards you. Filling your belly with breath. Finding a sense of softness, of ease. Transition your grip over to the left knee this time. Hug the left knee in close as you extend the right leg long to the bottom of your mat. Coming into the wind relieving pose on the left side. Again, you can adjust the prop beneath you however you need. Making sure that your low back feels supported. There's no pinching or pain in that area. And that you're feeling a sense of openness through the front of the right pelvis, the right thigh. Starting first here in the center. Breathing into your belly, feel it press up into the left thigh with each inhale. As you exhale, belly softens, creating space for the left knee to draw in. Maybe you feel good here in the center. Maybe you like to open up a little bit further by walking your right foot to the bottom right corner of the mat. Start to send the left knee beyond the left shoulder, creating some space between the tip of the left knee and the pinky toe edge of the right foot. It's as though you're showing the inseam of the left pant to the sky while keeping the right hip firmly in contact with the floor or your prop. One more big breath here. Slowly send the left knee through center. Right leg finds center as well. Reaching for your strap after one big breath in the midline. Looping the strap over the left foot. Again, you can always bend through the right knee if you like, or remove your prop at any time. Otherwise, we're going to start to straighten the left leg with the strap on the ball of the left foot. Draw the sole of the left foot towards the sky until you start to feel that bend happening in the left knee, pausing there. It's okay to have a little micro bend in the knee. We're looking to find a stretch into the back of the left thigh, so you don't have to go super far. You don't have to have the sole of the foot actually facing the ceiling, it's just the direction that it's working. Send the left hip crease away from the shoulders, down into your prop. Even out the weight from left to right side here. Connecting with your breath. Maybe every few breaths you're able to go a little bit deeper. Once we start to force the body, those muscles in the back of your left thigh are going to actually panic and shorten to protect the joints. So you're better to take your time to pause in a position, take a few breaths, let the muscles feel safe before trying to go deeper into this pose. Our goal is to lengthen the muscles. And if we force them, they shorten, which is the actual opposite of what we're working towards. From here, we're going to move the straps into the right hand, create that capital L shape with the left. Turn the palm to face the floor as you slide the left thumb into your left hip crease where that fleshy bit of your thigh meets your pelvis. The palm is still facing the floor, fingertips are pointing to the bottom of your mat. Press the left thumb into your hip crease to send it away from your shoulders. Draw the toes towards your face a little bit more. And then if our foot here is at 12 o'clock, start to inch it over to the right. Just a couple of inches, it shouldn't go beyond your right shoulder. Pausing at about 1 o'clock, keep the left outer hip pressing down to the mat. From here, we're going to find a bit of an internal rotation by turning the toes of the left foot towards about 2 o'clock. Again, press down to that outer left hip. Pausing here. You can keep reaching with the strap, drawing the toes beyond the right shoulder. Using the left hand to firmly root the left hip into your prop or into the floor. Just one more big breath here. And slowly come back through center. Take one more breath. Slowly release the strap. Bend the left knee, let the sole of the left foot find the floor. The right knee bends to let the right foot meet the left. Adjust your prop however you need, and one by one we're going to reach the soles of the feet up towards the sky. So again, check in on the block. If you feel any sharp edges, lift your hips up, reposition it, and lower the hips back down. Let yourself be comfortable here. Rolled up pillow or towel does the same thing, so don't feel like you have to have those sharp edges. Ankles are flexed, soles of the feet facing the sky. Arms soft at your sides. can also do this pose up against a wall, letting the wall support your legs and feet. Just allowing the blood to flow passively back to the heart. Lymphatic fluid that may have built up around the feet, the ankles. This is also a great way to naturally slow the heart. It can aid with sleep if you have insomnia or trouble sleeping. Slowly bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet towards the floor. Lift the hips up, slide the prop from beneath you and lower them back down to the mat. You can let the knees touch as the feet walk a little bit further apart. And just take a moment here, noticing any space that's been created through the low back. Maybe it's a little more in contact with the floor than it was before those stretches. Heel toe the feet towards one another. Reach the right foot up towards the ceiling, ankle flexed. Turn your toes towards the right side of the room for an external rotation of the thigh and hip. Bend the right knee, let the pinky toe edge of the right foot land on your left thigh. Right knee's reaching away from your shoulders. Even out the weight from left to right hip. Really squeeze the right pinky toe edge of your foot into the left thigh and the left thigh into the right foot. You can play with the height of the right heel, so maybe it's closer towards the pelvis, maybe it's further away. If you're not quite feeling a stretch into the right hip and thigh, you can start to draw the left knee in towards your shoulder. Lengthen through the spine, tailbone stays in contact with the mat. If you're still not feeling a stretch holding onto the thigh, maybe you transition the grip to the front of the left shin. Left hip is reaching away from the left shoulder and down into the mat. Right ankle stays flexed as the right knee reaches away from your shoulder. Notice if you're lifting your head or shoulders up off the mat, maybe you choose to use a strap to add length to your arms. Let the arms and upper body rest softly on the mat. Pressing your pelvis firmly into the mat here. Slowly lower the left foot onto the floor. We're going to complete the cross of the legs, so slide the right leg all the way over the left as if you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. Right thigh in contact with the top of the left thigh. Hug the crossed legs in towards your chest, taking hold of the knees. Long spine. Same thing, we're looking for a stretch into the outer hip and glute area. If you're not quite feeling that, keep the knees hugged in, but start to walk the hands down your shins. Right hand's walking down the left shin, left hand's walking down the right towards the ankles. Start to draw the heels away from one another, but keep hugging the knees in close to your chest. Keep the tailbone reaching for the mat. So even though the heels are drawing away from one another, the knees stay squeezed in close towards you. Any pinching or pain in the knees, please come out. We're looking for that stretch into the right outer glute area. You can play with pointing or flexing the ankles, see which feels best in your body. And then being mindful not to slingshot the heels, start to slowly release them back towards each other. Lower the left foot onto the mat, keep the cross in your legs. Extend the arms out wide at your sides or come into a cactus formation. Lengthen the spine on an in-breath. As you exhale, find a twist. Let your crossed legs find their way over to the left. If it doesn't work crossing the legs, you can always stack them one on top of the other. See if you can keep the right shoulder in contact with the mat. It's okay if it lifts, but if it lifts too much, you're actually just lying on your side body. You're not really finding a twist here. So by keeping the right shoulder on the mat, you may not be able to twist quite as deep. That's okay. As long as you're finding a twist here, just fill the void beneath the knees with a pillow or a block to support them so that you're able to rest comfortably in your twist. The gaze can be at the ceiling or over to the right, breathing space into the lower right belly. Gaze comes back through center. Knees will follow with or without the help of your hands. Uncross the legs. Give the knees a gentle sway from side to side, neutralizing through the low back and pelvis. We'll move through the opposite side. So right leg stays bent, reach the sole of the left foot to the sky. Find that external rotation, so turn your toes towards the left. Bend the left knee. Pinky toe edge of the left foot comes in contact with the right thigh. Squeeze the two together. Send the left knee away from your shoulders, creating that figure four shape with your legs. Square up your hips with each other and with the floor, so equal weight both left and right. The shoulders are in line with the hips. Neck is long, chin slightly tucked. Maybe you stay here if you're feeling a nice stretch. Just keep reaching the left knee away from your shoulders without losing the contact between the left foot and your thigh. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can start to draw the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Take hold of the back of the right thigh or the right shin. As long as you can do so without lifting your tailbone off of the floor. Watching for any pinching or pain in the left knee. The tailbone is reaching away from the top of the head down into the mat as the right knee hugs in, left knee reaches away from the shoulders. Really think about lengthening through the right side body here, creating distance between the right shoulder and right hip. Slowly lower the right knee to the mat, right foot rather to the mat. Release the arms. We're going to complete the cross of the legs. So slide the left leg over the right, crossing at the thighs. Long spine here, chest is open. And slowly draw the knees in towards your chest, interlacing the fingers around them. Using the right knee to hug the left thigh in closer to your belly. The tailbone stays reaching down for the mat. And if you're not really feeling a stretch here, that's when you're going to start to walk the hands down the shins. Draw the heels away from each other, as if the toes are trying to touch the side walls beside you. Both knees hug in. Notice if you're clenching your jaw, scrunching your face, can you find some softness? You can play with pointing and flexing the ankles to see which feels best. And see where it is that you start to feel the stretch into that outer left hip and glute. Thighs squeeze towards one another as the toes reach away from each other. Slowly, mindfully, with control, releasing the feet. Let the right foot find the mat, legs stay crossed. Take whichever arm variation feels best in your body. So maybe that's extended wide, maybe you're in the cactus formation. Lengthen through the spine, and then find your twist. Send the knees over to the right. Maybe supporting them with a prop so that your left shoulder can stay in contact with the floor. Gazes to the ceiling or over to the left. And breathing space here into the lower left belly, left waist. Creating distance between the left hip and left ribs with each breath in. Finding a little softness, maybe sinking deeper into your twist with each breath out. Give yourself permission to uncross the legs and stack the left leg on top of the right at any time. Bring your gaze back through center. The knees will follow. Uncross the legs. And give them a gentle sway from side to side. Bring the knees in towards your chest, this time taking them a little bit wider. Creating some space between the thighs, let your belly rise and fall with breath. Maybe this feels good to you. You're feeling a bit of stretch through the hips, inner thighs. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can find your way into Happy Baby by bringing the arms to the inside of your thighs. Reach across the shins for the outer edges, the pinky toe edge of your feet. Start to send the knees towards the floor beside your shoulders. And the soles of the feet reach up to the sky with a bend in the knees. Your low back's going to automatically start to lift up off the mat here. See if you can press it down into the ground. Even if that means not coming as close to a 90-degree bend with the knees. Equally weighted from left to right side of your body. Lengthening the spine with each breath in, grounding down through the pelvis, And each breath out, maybe the knees are able to sink a little bit closer towards the floor. Staying in stillness or a gentle rock from side to side, maintaining the shape of the legs, the distance between the thighs. Settle into stillness in the center. And then slowly release by drawing the soles of the feet towards one another. The knees can stay wide. Slowly release the feet onto the mat. Let the soles of the feet come to touch. The knees fall open like a book. Returning to that diamond shape with your legs. So the closer the heels are to the pelvis, the more of a stretch you're going to be feeling. If you'd like to ease off, slide the toes away from you, lengthening the diamond. You can also slide props beneath the knees for some support, whether that's a pillow or blocks. Bring your arms out wide at your sides, the palms face up, and tuck the shoulder blades beneath you, creating a sense of openness through the chest. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Let the upper body settle into stillness. Return awareness to your breath, lengthening the inhale through the nose, and softening the exhale through the nose. Big breath in through the nose, and a soft breath out through the nose. Inhale, belly rise, and exhale, the belly falls. Take a big breath in through the nose. Maybe this time you exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Following your own rhythm of breath here. As you slowly extend the legs to the bottom corners of your mat. Releasing through the legs, let the toes fall heavy at the side. Settle into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Releasing any effort, any tension from the legs with every breath out. And feeling the limbs grow heavy on the mat beneath you. The back body supported and safe here on the floor. Grows heavier and heavier with each breath out. Inviting the eyes to close, the face to soften, and the jaw to relax. Even the effort of breath slips away, returning to your natural rhythm, your natural rate. The entire body engulfed in stillness settles into this sense of calm and ease and begins to relax. Taking these few moments, as challenging as they may be, these moments of stillness, to allow your body to really absorb the benefits of its practice. Scanning your body without judgment from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. Just noticing any sensations you may be feeling. Any residual tension that you can encourage to soften. After taking 3 or 5 more breaths, however many you're willing to offer yourself, you can begin to move slowly and go on with the rest of your day. Take a little bit of that sense of ease with you throughout the rest of your day, your evening, and your week. With such gratitude as always. Namaste.